Welcome to the DameSmiff YouTube channel. And today I'm going to talk to you guys real quick about DMX at Woodstock in 1999. So, this was an interesting performance. I wasn't there live. I was probably like 8 or 9 years old, right? But it was a iconic performance because he was lined up with Limp Bizkit and a bunch of other like heavy acts like Metallica and things like that. And for him as a solo artist to be able to stand on a stage with just him and a DJ and control a sea of people speaks volumes to what power you can basically manifest through music and understanding the relationship people have with your music. So let's pull it up. Here is the iconic performance. Now I got this video from YouTube. I'll link in the video description where you can see the actual video, but we'll be exploring it obviously without the sound. And I'm going to be explaining a lot of the different things that are going on in the video and a lot of the different things that are going on stage that it pertains to what makes a performance really work and what makes it really function. So, starting out, the first thing I notice is obviously the equipment and things like that. But if you really pay attention, as an artist, you're really in a position that's super vulnerable, right? So you're going to have to convince all of these people essentially that you're the coolest thing for the next 2.5, 3.5, 4.5 minutes, right? And in order for that to happen, how much control do you think you have to provide for that artist? Meaning, if you owned a venue and you wanted a band to come play and you booked or maybe sold hundreds of tickets and people are coming to the venue, how would you be able to pull it off to where the artist can effectively reach those people and get their music out? Now, like I said, the first thing I noticed was the equipment. And at the very front of the stage, you'll notice a series of monitors, right? These are speakers to where the artist, DMX, or even the band that'll be playing after him or before him, they'll be able to hear what's going on around them. Because with all these people, it's going to be chaotic and you're not really going to be able to focus and really know what you have to do as an artist. So that's very key. Now, another thing is he's going to have to really understand where he can walk because there's going to be cameras and things like that. So pay really close attention to how he maneuvers around the stage and what happens as he moves around the stage. That's a massive amount of people. And you know, a lot of them honestly can barely hear the music. It's just coming through speakers. So right here, he's at the very edge of the stage where there's a camera literally to the left of him on rails rolling left and right. Another thing that's going to be massive too is back then, 1999, there wasn't a backing track. So if you watch the original video, there's going to be moments where he's essentially, chanting along with the crowd. But when he does release the mic from his face, there's a huge empty, gap right there because he's obviously not using a backing track. I don't know what happened between artists using backing tracks and not using backing tracks, but that's important to point out because again, he's in front of a massive crowd. So how are you going to be able to convey your lyrics if, you run out of breath or things like that? So there's small little tricks that an MC can really come up with on the fly. It's a little bit of improv, but some of these things are kind of, by the book that allow him to keep the energy of the crowd going, maintain, like breathing, of course, and being able to understand what's coming next in a song too, because you can cue and set up a lot of different things if you allow the room to do so during a performance. Everybody's just standing on necks, throwing people, going crazy. They were doing mosh pits, of course. So now I think he's starting up the second verse here. I'm not sure. But you're gonna start to see him move around the stage. Pay attention to what happens around him, because remember the venue is really focused on making sure this performance is gonna go through smoothly. The fans, on the other hand, they just want to have fun. They're out there just drinking and whatever. So right now, that shot right there, you would see a camera rolling back as he was walking to the right of the stage. And in most instances, the band or whatever that's performing, they're gonna be in set areas and maybe just move from left to right. Perhaps maybe the lead singer, lead guitarist may move around, but it's kind of rare back then for people to move around and really be as, you know, improvisational with their movement. So at this point, he's really just trying to keep the energy of the song going, and you can see how he's in such a healthy control of the crowd. Now, you would look at a mosh pit and be like, "This is completely out of control." But the key is, let's say if he sneezed or something, or if he stopped, or if he forgot the lyrics or something, that would kill the mosh pit. There's a whole vibe and whole synchronization going on between the musician and the crowd right now. But the interesting part again is going to be that he's doing this alone. It's just him, a beat, not necessarily alone. It's him, the DJ, and the beat. So, what makes all these people remember these lyrics and chant them along with him in such a massive amount? Look, he even broke his chain right there. Fuck it, we just gonna throw the chain. But what makes it happen? The real thing is that an artist like DMX, he really brings a connection to the lyrics as well as the lifestyle that he's living, right? Because most of what his lifestyle that he was living was portrayed in his music, which makes people connect to it. It's a bit of authenticity. Now, what makes the the elephant in the room, the massive sea of white people relate to DMX of all people? It's honestly the distribution and expression of energy. A lot of, especially young men, but a lot of people can really relate to just having like this raw, high, savage energy within themselves, or they wish to be that and can live through the music with that, you know? And so somebody like him, he's able to captivate it in music, which is kind of what I implore in my channel to you artists, is that you don't necessarily need to, murder, bang, bang people to make music. All you really need to do is know how to package your true, authentic story into music and it can relate to people. The only reason he was able to get on that stage is because he was able to do that consistently and worked hard at it. A lot of musicians that I meet today, they're typically the musicians that want to get paid for their work and not necessarily put in the work and then get paid for it. They just want to be paid for existing, perhaps. So let me know what you think. And if you hit that like button, I'll keep making more videos like this. I'll keep breaking down more and more concerts. This is fun for me. And so we'll be digging into different genres outside of hip hop. We'll be doing rock. We'll be doing country. We'll be doing more modern shows as well. So let me know. And if you are one of the people that are out there that are a musician and you want to make music or you want to collaborate and learn how to really network and get together and really create a lane for yourself as an independent artist versus having to wait for people to buy your music and hope that you'll be able to do the right things as a musician throughout your career, make sure you subscribe and share this with your friends, family, and peace.